net.
Good evening, and welcome to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club's Monday evening transmission of Amateur Radio Newsline. My name is Russ, and my call is KD8VYT. But for this presentation of Newsline, I will be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. Without further ado, this is Amateur Radio Newsline.
Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2512 with a release date of Friday, December 19th, 2025, to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. Researchers say radio will be affected by a cooling ionosphere. A new NASA video gives a close-up look at ham radio on the ISS, and our traditional holiday gift to you, the night before Christmas, ham radio style. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2512 comes your way right now.
From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's independent, on-the-air news and bulletin service. And now reporting from Valparaiso, Indiana, here's Paul Brown, WD9GCO.
Our top story takes us to Japan, where researchers studying the ionosphere have discovered that the cooling of temperatures up there may cause major shifts in our ability to communicate by radio. Jason Daniels, VK2LAW, brings us up to date.
The continued cooling of the ionosphere 100 kilometers above sea level may someday disrupt and reshape shortwave communications, according to scientists at Kyushu University in Japan. The drop in ionospheric temperatures is a result of rising CO2 levels, the same phenomenon identified as the source of global warming down here on Earth. The researchers' study, published in Geophysical Research Letters, found that the cooling ionosphere lowers air density and speeds up wind circulation, two factors that have an impact on satellite orbits and space debris. In addition, the ability to communicate by radio also changes as a result of small-scale plasma irregularities. Shortwave radio, radio broadcasting, air traffic control and maritime communication could all experience a variety of major changes, the scientists said. The study leader, Wei-Xing Liu of Kyushu's Faculty of Science, told the Physics World website, quote, "This may be good news for ham radio operators, as you will likely receive more signals from faraway countries more often. For radio communications, however, especially at HF and VHF frequencies employed for aviation, ships and rescue operations, it means more noise and frequent disruption in communication and hence safety," end quote. She said that in the long term, the telecommunications industry may need to respond to these changes by either adjusting their frequencies or changing the design of their equipment. This is Jason Daniels, VK2LAW.
ISS Expedition 73 has ended with the return to Earth of a NASA astronaut and 2 Roscosmos cosmonauts. Graham Kemp, VK4BB, has the update.
Roscosmos cosmonauts Sergei Ryzhikov and Alexei Zabriskie
returned to Earth with U.S. astronaut Johnny Kim, KJ5HKP, after 245 days in space aboard the International Space Station. Their landing in Kazakhstan via Soyuz MS-27 on the 9th of December ended Kim's tenure, which included both Expedition 72 and 73. It was the first trip to the space station for both Kim and Zabriskie. Kim received his amateur radio operator's license in July of 2024. Whilst in space, Kim accomplished a number of important milestones, including participation in the 2025 ARRL Field Day in the US with fellow astronaut Nicole Ayres, KJ5GWI. He was also part of the space station's first transmission since 2018 of Ham TV, since its repairs and return to service, and that took place in October with a scout group in the UK. This is Graham Kemp, BK4BB.
A new video from NASA is giving viewers a window into the experience of amateur radio on the International Space Station. Neil Rapp, WB9VPG, tells us more.
Schools and other educational institutions who've enjoyed student contacts with astronauts on board the International Space Station already know the value of this respected program. It places an emphasis on science and radio education and gives a window into how ham radio works as a powerful educational tool. Now everyone can experience communication, at least one-way communication, with a NASA astronaut in a new video released by NASA, the U.S. Space Agency. In a little less than 4 minutes, the NASA video features astronaut Nicole Ayres, KJ5GWI, explaining to viewers how school contacts are made with the help of ham radio operators around the world. Addressing students directly, she says that the contacts are meaningful, but necessarily brief because the ISS is moving around the Earth at a speed of 17,500 miles per hour. The video was recorded appropriately during Expedition 73, which launched in the spring of this year. To see the video, click on the link that appears in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. This is Neil Rapp, WB9VPG.
If you haven't already worked any of the stations for the special 12 Days of Christmas event, you still have time. This year's lineup of Swans A-Swimming, Geese A-Laying, and Calling Birds have been joined by a new bonus station based in Puerto Rico with the call sign Whiskey Papa 3 Sierra /DOC. QSOs are being made on the HF bands using CW and single sideband through to Christmas Day, December 25th. Everyone who works at least one station will be entitled to a downloadable certificate. Work all of the 12-day stations and you'll get a clean sweep. If your log includes the station in Puerto Rico, that will earn you a Clean Sweep Plus. Certificates will be available after the 31st of January. See the QRZ.com page for K2YRD for more details. Remember, operators are not accepting or sending QSL cards, but they are sending their very best for the season. Next year's D-Expedition to Sable Island has just received a boost in funding to support the team. As we hear from Andy Morrison, K9AWM.
A $25,000 grant from the Northern California DX Foundation is being provided to the team heading to Sable Island in March for the CY0S activation. According to the team's website, the dates have been set for March 19th through the 31st. The team leaders are Murray, WA4DAN, and Glenn, W0GJ, who will operate alongside veteran D-Expeditioners Pat, N2IEN, Lee, WW2DX, Ralph, K0IR, Jay, K4ZLE, Mike, K9NW, and Scott, NE9U. In a comment on the DXnews.com website, Murray acknowledges the Northern California DX Foundation's ongoing support for various D-expeditions like this one, support that spans a period of more than 33 years. Sable Island weather is expected to be a challenge at the time the team's airplane arrives. It is usually a cold and snowy time, sometimes with gale force winds. The island is about 300 kilometers, or 186 miles east of Halifax, Nova Scotia. This is Andy Morrison, K9AWM.
In the UK, the Commonwealth Contest Community and the Radio Society of Great Britain are grieving the loss of an advocate and a friend, an active ham who twice served the Radio Society as president. Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, tells us about him.
Although he made his living in the world of high tech as a solid-state physicist, Bob Whelan, G3PJT, was in so many ways a full-time radio amateur. He received his license in 1961, focusing on CW operating on HF and LF. As his enthusiasm grew for contesting, he made a name for himself as a supporter of the Commonwealth Contest, a CW contest for operators in British Commonwealth countries, such as Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and of course the UK. He also built an online presence for its widely scattered participants, eventually writing a book about the contest's evolution. Bob had also been actively involved in the IARU and the First Class Operators Club, with a growing involvement in the Radio Society of Great Britain over the years. His participation grew from being a volunteer on the Society's HF committee to becoming president, serving from 2002 to 2003, and again from 2013 to 2014. Bob became a silent key on the 4th of December. This is Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
It's time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the AH6LE repeater in Beaver Creek and Wilsonville, Oregon, on Sundays at 6 p.m. local time. If you are looking to attend the next workshop of Ham Sci, you'll find yourself right in the backyard of the ARRL headquarters. We've got more details from Jack Parker, W8ISH.
Through the years, the annual workshop of Ham Sci, the Citizen Science Investigation Organization, has been hosted at a number of locations in a number of U.S. states. Next year, it moves to Connecticut for the 9th annual event, which will take place on March 14th and 15th. It's being hosted by the ARRL on the campus of Central Connecticut State University. ARRL's headquarters is located in nearby Newington, Connecticut, which means the league will be welcoming workshop visitors to headquarters and encouraging many to get on the air from W1AW, the Hiram P. Maxim Memorial Station. The workshop theme is Discovering Science Through Ham Radio. The varied presentations will showcase how Ham Sci's cooperative relationships between researchers, ham radio operators, citizen scientists, and students have brought about notable advances in weather studies, propagation sensing, and ionospheric research. For details and registration information, visit the link in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. This is Jack Parker, W8ISH.
Our next story takes us to Vermont, where former members of the newly dismantled RACES program are learning new skills as part of a new team. Randy Fly, W4XJ, has the details.
Hams in Vermont who had been members of the recently dismantled Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Service, or RACES, have begun joining the team at the Medical Reserve Corps of the state's Department of Health. According to Kate Hammond, KC1DUI, manager of the Medical Reserve Corps Communications Section, Vermont's shift in deployment of radio volunteers is part of a changeover going on in many states. She told Newsline in an email that, quote, emergency communications is emerging as a Medical Reserve Corps mission in more states. But the creation of the mission set in Vermont is a work that is specific to us, end quote. She said that toward that end, John Colt, NV1Y, the Hospital Net Coordinator for the Medical Reserve Corps, and Heather Rigney, KC1PMR, the Corps statewide coordinator, are overseeing the creation of documents for the newly configured team. Former RACES materials are being used to help guide future practices of the Medical Reserve Corps operators who will attend orientation meetings soon. The Vermont Healthcare Net has also become more active, Kate said that members will be affiliated with one of the 8 local medical reserve corps units for any drill or event, and could be deployed as well to shelters when a communications outage occurs. Although Josh Cohen, KB1NIJ, a longtime RACES member and an experienced net control operator, told Newsline that he is sorry to see the RACES program go, he is preparing to join the Medical Reserve Corps team. Josh is among many hams eager to continue using their skills. This is Randy Sly, W4XJ.
In the world of DX, there are some more holiday stations to add to the on-air festivities. The YO3 KRM Radio Club of Romania is putting 3 Christmas special call signs on the air through the 31st of December. Listen for the Santa call sign, YO0 Ho Ho, the Christmas Spirit call sign, YO0 Xmas, and the Rudolph call sign, YR0 Udolph. Certificates are available for successful contacts. The annual Russian New Year Radio Marathon will be on the air from the 29th through to the 11th of January. The Miller DX Club and the Rostov Oblast branch of the Russian Amateur Radio Union will be putting a number of special call signs on the air, including R2026A, R2026C, R2026L, R2026N, UE26HNY, and UE26NY, among others. Listen for the special event call sign HB70IPA, marking the 70th anniversary of the International Police Association's Swiss branch. They will be on the air until the 31st of December on various HF bands and via the QO100 satellite. Yan DL4XT will be active holiday style as 4K/DL4XT from Azerbaijan between the 26th of December and the 3rd of January. He's going to be using CW, single sideband, and FT8. Find Yan on 40 meters as well as bands from 20 through 10 meters. We end this newscast with a Newsline holiday tradition, a ham log instead of a Yule log. Listen to this much-loved adaptation of the Clement Clarke Moore classic, proof that there is still magic in the season, and even more so on the amateur bands this time of year. It was written anonymously, but is delivered beautifully by our own Jim Dameron at 8 TMW.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the shack, the rig was turned off and the mic cord lay slack. The antenna rotor had made its last turn. The tubes in the linear had long ceased to burn. I sat there relaxing and took off my specs, preparing to daydream of armchair DX. When suddenly, outside, I heard such a sound, I dashed out the door to see what was around. The moon shone down brightly and lighted the night. For sure, propagation for the low bands was right. I peered toward the roof where I heard all the racket, and there was some guy in a red fur-trimmed jacket. I stood there, perplexed, in a manner quite giddy. Just who was this stranger? Did it? He looked very much like an FCC guy who'd come to check up on some bad TVI. I shouted to him, "Oh man, QRZ! Hey, you by the chimney all dressed up in red." I suddenly knew when I heard sleigh bells jingle. The guy on the rooftop was Jolly Kris Kringle. He had a big sack full of amateur gear, which was a big load for his prancing reindeer, transmitters, receivers for cabinets and racks, some meters and scopes, and a lot of coax. He said not a word, 'cause he'd finished his work. He picked up his sack and he turned with a jerk. As he leaped to his sleigh, he shouted with glee, and I knew in a moment he'd be QRT. I heard him transmit as he flew over the trees, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all 73. Reporting for Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jim Dameron, in 8 TMW.
If you haven't sent in your ham radio haiku yet, what's been stopping you? Visit our website at arnewsline.org, and as you compose your ode to your favorite online activity, We will help you use the correct number of syllables to make an authentic haiku. Submit your work, and then sit back and wait to hear whether you are the winner of this week's challenge. The winner gets a shout-out on our website where everyone can find the winning haiku. With thanks to Amateur News Daily, AMSAT News Service, the ARRL, ARIS, David Behar, K7DB, Facebook, 425DX Bulletin, Josh Cohen, KB1NIJ, Kate Hammond, KC1DUY, QRZ.com, the Radio Society of Great Britain, shortwaveradio.de, the 12 Days of Christmas event, Wireless Institute of Australia, YouTube, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer, non-profit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Paul Brown, WD9GCO in Valparaiso, Indiana, saying 73. As always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2025. Amateur Radio Newsline retains ownership of its materials even when retransmitted elsewhere. All rights are reserved.
This concludes our Monday evening transmission of Amateur Radio Newsline. I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Net to start in about 8 minutes.
W8VPV. Repeater.
Good evening. Calling all amateur radio operators. Welcome to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club Monday Night VHF UHF Net. My name is Frank. My call is W8ECT, but for the purposes of this net, I'll be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. This is an open, directed net. All amateur radio operators are invited and encouraged to check in. You do not have to be a club member. All traffic will go through net control, and since emergency traffic may break in at any time, please leave a brief pause between transmissions. The purpose of this net is to bring together all amateur radio operators for the exchanging of amateur-related ideas and information, to enhance net operating practices, and to keep our members up to date about club happenings. This net meets here every Monday evening at 8:30 p.m. local time, preceded by the Amateur Radio Newsline at 8:01. We'll start with some announcements. announcements, then ask for check-ins from any club officer or member who has an announcement of general interest to the club. Once that's complete, we'll take check-ins, call signs only, 5 at a time, please, and I'll confirm each call sign before I move on to the next. We'll work those 5, then ask for 5 more, and repeat that process till check-ins wind down. Then we'll probably take them one at a time and wrap things up. If you're a regular participant, I'll probably recognize you by call sign. If not, please give me your call and repeat it phonetically, followed by your name and location. When all check-ins have been worked, I'll repeat the announcements and then close the net. Also, want to let you know that we operate an HF plus 6 band expiration net starting at 9:30 p.m. After this net. The frequencies are posted on our webpage and will be announced on this repeater immediately prior to 9:30. Tonight we'll be on 80 meters. Please join us at frequency-wise at approximately 3.827. Exact frequency will depend on where I can find a band opening and QRM. So please join us if you have the privileges and the equipment. Right, announcements. We have relatively few. First, this Wednesday would normally be a club activity meeting, this being the 4th Wednesday of the month. We have nothing scheduled. It is the night before Christmas, and I suspect everybody will be doing last-minute Christmas items, so nothing going on at the clubhouse this coming Wednesday other than want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and or season's greetings. Monday, 12/29. Will be the last net of the year. John will be running it as net control, and the band expiration net, starting at 9:30, will be on 160 meters and AM, antique modulation, if you will, at 18.87 kilohertz. So if you've got an 160 antenna or you want to throw a piece of wire up in a tree or something, give it a try. We'd love to hear you. So that'll be next Monday. This Monday, again, is 80 meters. Next year, actually, starting Sunday, the 11th of January, we'll be starting our general class. If you know somebody with a technician license that wants to upgrade, this is an excellent chance to get that done. Sign up for it on the club website. We expect 25 to 30 students. It's an all Zoom session, so you can sit there in the convenience and comfort of your house listening to the presentation. Our first meeting of the year will be held again at Pilgrim United Church of Christ, downtown Cuyahoga Falls. That'll be on Wednesday, the 14th of January. It'll be a full club meeting along with a Board of Governance meeting. We'll be passing budgets for the club. We're also soliciting plans for the club. What do you as club members want to do this year? What would you like to see done up in the clubhouse? What would you like to see done as far as activities? We'll be talking a little bit about Winter Field Day, a little bit about Summer Field Day, and any other club activities that people want to do. Want to do fox hunts? That's fine also. Let us know. And then probably the 28th of January, we'll do something at the clubhouse. We haven't looked that far ahead yet, so we don't have any answers, but stay tuned. That announcement will go on. Okay, those are all the announcements I have. Do we have any other announcements from club members of general interest to the club? Come now. All right, nothing heard. With that, looking for 5 check-ins. Go ahead, please.
HMS.
All right, I got Steve in there, HMS, and I think I heard Vince, AC8XO. Next.
APU.
I heard K8PU. Got you, Larry. Next.
W3X.
John. Next.
F8VPV. Brian in Cuyahoga Falls.
Brian, KF8. Was it APB?
Echo Papa Bravo.
Echo. I'm sorry, I will eventually memorize your call sign, Brian. Thanks very much. Okay, I got 5 people here, so let me head to the top of the list. Steve, K8HMS, hello there. How you doing, and what's happening on your end of the world? And Merry Christmas to you.
Frank. Just checking. I'm on the 440 side. You got a copy on me?
Loud and clear.
Well, how about that? Isn't that amazing? Anyhow, yeah, thanks for running the net. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you and all the guys on the net and everybody in the club and everybody out there in Radio Land. Anyhow, yeah, not much going on. Just enjoying the cold weather. Not. But yeah, it gets older I get, the rougher it gets to deal with. But anyway, we're still getting by, so yeah, like you say, have a good Christmas, and we'll look for you next week before the new year. W8VPV, KHMS.
Very good, Steve. Do you have any plans? I'll kind of pass this question out to everybody. Any plans for next year as far as things you want to do with ham radio that maybe you haven't done yet? A new mode, a new antenna, a new radio, anything lined up?
No, not really, Frank. You know, I'm not that up, or not up that much on the new stuff, and been doing this for 65 years, so I'll probably just hang back and keep doing what I've been doing. I'm just proud of myself. I can actually do FT8. Back to you, KHMS.
Great, very good, Steve. Keep on keeping on. That's the secret there. Good hearing you, and again, very Merry Christmas to you. Next up, Vince, AC8XO, and I will get you some newsletter articles.
Oh, Frank, take the wind out of my sails. Anybody else wants to submit a newsletter article, they're more than welcome to. And I agree with Steve, as the older you get, the harder it gets. I'm a youngin' compared to some of the guys, but darn it, it gets old. It gets tough. I just put up my HF antenna again after the trees took it down, and that took a lot of work for that to rebuild the whole thing from scratch. Hopefully I get on the air soon, but right now I'm busy tuning things up when I get some weather. Other than that, Frank, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next week. AC8XO, back to that.
All right, very good, Vince. And yeah, every now and then Mother Nature decides it's time for you to get a new antenna. That's always a good opportunity to upgrade. So I'm going to try to throw a 160-meter wire out in the next couple of days and get it tuned up and see if I can get on 160 meters next week. But we'll see how that plays out. Thanks, Vince. We'll catch you down the page. And again, Merry Christmas. K8PU, Larry, go ahead, sir.
Good evening, Frank. Everybody on the net. Hope everybody having a good evening. Just wanted to make sure I got to tell everybody Merry Christmas, and just like Steve was saying there, survive the weather, and my big ambition next year is just survive. Yeah, to get this old, it's what you have to do. Anyways, I can't do the 80 meters. I want to thank Russ for the newsletter. He does an excellent job, and I always look forward to seeing it. And he does, like I said, excellent newsletter. So thank you, Vince. Back to you, and we'll catch everybody next week. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Have a great one. K8PU.
All right, thank you, Larry. I know you don't have 160 capability, so we can catch you next week. And likewise, have a very Merry Christmas. W8VPV, go ahead, John.
Good evening, Frank, and all on the net. This is W8VPV. I may have heard the frequency wrong, but 160 meters, we're going to be on 1887 kilohertz. And, well, plus or minus QRM, you know. So, and then Christmas will be between now and then, so Merry Christmas to all. And let's see, I'm not sure what all I would want to do in 2026, have to think about that, or maybe somebody can make some suggestions. So with that, this is W3X back to the net.
All right, very good, John. I appreciate it. And just revealing my hand, my one goal for next year is to get free DV installed on my radio. I'm sorry, on my PC, get it connected up to my radio, and see if I can try that new digital communication mode. Supposedly as good and as clear as FM on sideband, and well, we'll see how it works out. I'm very curious, and it looks like a pretty simple process to do, so we'll report back when I've got that running. All right, next up, Brian, KF8EPV. Good afternoon, or evening, I should say. How are you doing, and anything for the net?
W8VPV, this is Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Papa Bravo. Good evening, everyone on net. I hope everyone's doing great. I don't have much tonight. As far as radio goes next year, I recently ordered an inexpensive HT with DMR, so I plan on learning how to use that and learning about talk groups and zones and all that. With that, Frank, you do a great job. Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope everyone has a good New Year, and with that, it'll be back to net. This is Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Papa Bravo.
All right, very good, Brian. Yeah, I think you'll have a lot of fun there on DMR. Unfortunately, the radios are complicated enough to program that you really have to use software to do it, so you generally can't easily change frequencies and modes out in the field. But if you get enough programmed in there, DMR works well. I know I and friends use it down at the Dayton Hamvention, where there are literally thousands of HTs competing for small amounts of RF space, and DMR comes through clearly when we need it and stays quiet, doesn't get overloaded by all the other RF down there, so it's an excellent way to communicate in a very RF busy environment. All right, I'm at the bottom of the page, so we're looking for 5 more check-ins. Come on now, please. Kilo Bravo 8, Victor Hotel Kilo. 2 John, next.
KF8, ANO, Jim Carter Falls.
KF8, that was Alpha November Romeo. Is that correct, Jim?
Alpha November Oscar.
Excuse me, ANO. I'll get you. I'm sorry, Jim. You know, you've only been our secretary for a year. I'll get it eventually. We'll get back to you then. Next.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Yankee Mike, Kevin in Monroe Falls.
Got you, Kevin. Next.
8 RFK, Scotty in Summit Lake.
All right, Scotty, it was KE8 RFK. Is that the correct call?
Roger. Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Foxtrot Kilo.
Okay, we'll get right back to you. And one more, please.
Kilo Echo 8, Tango Quebec Romeo, KE8TQR, Keith in Newsdown.
All right, we got you in there, Keith. We'll get right back to you then. All right, back to the top of the page. John, KB8VHK, go ahead.
KB8 Victor Papa Victor, this is Kilo Bravo 8, Victor Hotel Kilo, John and Kenmore. Yeah, just sitting here trying to work some FT8. I had the good fortune of my father out in Montana, Kilo 8 November, sent me a new tuner, a manual tuner, so now I can get the full 100 watts into the infant halfway. And now all the stations that I can hear, they now putting out the full 100 watts with that manual tuner. Took me a little bit to learn how to use it, but thank God for YouTube. Watched a couple videos and it worked out really well. And as for next year, the only thing I'm really looking forward to is field day. I want to get another campsite out at the park and be ready the day before to help get everything set up. And I would like to get a small beam up at my house. I'm looking at a Mosley miniature beam, hopefully to be a little more directional. Other than that, that's all I have. W8 Victor Papa Victor, Kilo Bravo 8, Victor Hotel Kilo.
Very good, John. Putting a beam up is generally not a small project, so when you get ready to do that, by all means, let some of the other club members know. I've got a gin pole, I've got some climbing gear, got hard hats. We have a lot of other members with a lot of experience putting antennas up, so when it gets down to the point where you're ready to do that, let us know, and I'm sure you get a lot of help there. So very good, appreciate it, and as with everybody else, wishing you a very, very Merry Christmas. All right, KF8ANO Jim, our club secretary. Go ahead, sir.
Well, thank you, Frank, and a very Merry Christmas to you and everybody. Next year, I look forward to trying to pass the general test and learning my ICOM 7300. So I'm already signed up for the 11th class, and anything that you can teach us on the other thing would be great. Other than that, I'm 73, and have a Merry Christmas.
Very good, very good. You'll enjoy the 7300. It's part of that new family of radios that have been out in the last 6 or 8 years using SDR technology, and they truly do a phenomenal job. I'm going to try to do the 80-meter, well, I will be doing the 80-meter net tonight on my 7300 also, so it's a good radio. Next up, KF8 EYM, according to my notes. Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, Frank and everybody else out there. Hope everybody has a good Christmas here coming up. But otherwise, it's been pretty busy over here. I think since I was last on the net, passed my extra exam and actually had my first POTA activation today out at Wingfoot. So managed a bunch of contacts there, so that was pretty fun overall. Next year, I think, looking at it right now, I might try some of the, like the Air Force Mars auxiliary unit and trying to do some of that work with them and getting trained up. So we'll see how that goes and hopefully have some fun. But other than that, I'll pass it back to you, Frank. Hope everybody has a great holiday again, and we'll talk to you all later. Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Yankee Mike, 73.
All right, very good, Kevin, and again, congratulations on that extra. There are relatively few extra hams out there, and as you know, there's a fair amount of work put into it getting there, so congratulations, and certainly hope to work you in the new year then. Next up, K8 RFK Scotty, go ahead.
K8 RFK, hey guys, yeah, it's been a while, I tell you, man, it's been a rough year. Yeah, my truck was broke down, and had to sell all of my radio gear to try and get my truck fixed. And it's still not fixed. It's running barely, but yeah, it's barely fixed. But I'm slowly getting my radio gear back, and yeah, I'm going to try another round of getting in contact with you guys again. Maybe things work better for me this year coming up. Yeah, went out Friday, had to run up to Michigan and pick up my 15-year-old son, bring him down for Christmas. Then we woke up Saturday and drove to Kentucky to drop my grandbaby's Christmas presents off. Yeah, it's been a long weekend. A lot of traveling, but yeah, I hope everybody does have a real good holiday, man. I hope everybody enjoys it, man. You know, enjoy being with your family, man. That's what's about being with your family, man. Just enjoy life. You know, I'll give it back to net control. This is K8 RFK.
Right, very good, Scott. You're always welcome here. And a lot of hams have a lot of other things going. Again, this is a hobby, and you got jobs and life and vehicle issues and everything that you got to take care of first. But when you suddenly get everything under control, don't forget to pick up that mic and check in. We always love to hear you. And, of course, Merry Christmas to you also. And we'll certainly hope next year is more fun and less hassle. That's the way it should be. Next up, Keith, KE8TQR. How are you doing this evening?
Figured that'd jump in there. W8VPV, this is KE8TQR. Good evening, Frank. Thanks for taking my check-in. Good evening to everyone else here on the net. Been playing radio the last couple of days. We had the Canadian RAC contest it was on Saturday. I made some contacts there, and for the last 3 days, I've been chasing the 12 days of Christmas. I don't know if anybody else has been, but I know I have. I've got 10 of the 12, plus the special station from out of Puerto Rico, which I got here just a little bit ago, and I'm still chasing tubers. I got 2 days left to get them, so I'm gonna buckle down, try to get the whole thing, get a clean sweep. As for next year, I don't have any plans, but hey, I'm open for anything. Who knows what I'll get into. Other than that, I just want to wish everyone a great evening, and I hope everyone has a great rest of the week. And I want to wish everyone here tonight a safe and happy holiday and a very Merry Christmas. And I hope to hear you all next week before the new year comes in. With that, I'll go ahead and turn this back over to you, Frank, and I'll probably be on 80 meters tonight. I'll see you there. This is KE8CQR saying 7-3, and God bless.
Very, very good, Keith, and look forward to hearing you next year. And sometimes that's what you just do is go through another New Year's and kick the radio back on and continue on, and hope that it goes like that for many years. Good talking to you, Keith. All right, I'm at the bottom of my looking for 5 more check-ins. Call signs only. Go ahead.
K8 KVI in and out. Merry Christmas.
All right, Ron, got you in and out. Next.
KF8 CUA, Eric and Stowe.
KF8 CUA, Eric, good evening, and welcome to the net. Anything for us all?
I don't have much, other than this is 1 year from my first ever check-in on this net, when I got my technician license last year. Currently studying for extra, and that's all I'm focused on. So, thanks for having me. Back to net.
All right, very good, Eric, and congratulations. If for some reason you want to wait a little bit on your extra, and I'm not telling you to do that or anything, but we will be offering an extra class late in spring, I'd say probably starting March or something. So stay tuned. We'll have some announcements when we get rid of our when we get done with our general class. But we will offer an extra class. So need a little extra help there? By all means, feel free to sit in on that one also. And congratulations again on 1 year of your ham radio license. That's absolutely awesome. Next check-in, please. We'll start working people one at a time now. Next check-in, please.
Hey, WTK. Merry Christmas, Frank. In and out tonight. Thanks.
Great, Bill. Good hearing you in there as always. One of our long-term club members. Hope everything's doing well for you. I hope trees are keeping your antennas in the air, and look forward to talking to you next year, if not sooner. Next, please. This is W8VPV, the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club, Monday night VHF UHF net. It looks like this is going to be a fairly short net tonight, so we'll run through the announcements again. Then let's see if there are any last check-ins, and wrap this net up. It'll give me a chance to get a snack in here, and then we'll get on the 9:30 80-meter net. Nothing going on this Wednesday at the clubhouse. It is the day before Christmas, and I know I'll be busy doing last-minute errands, so I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, and we will be resuming fourth Wednesdays at the clubhouse starting in January. Monday, 12/29 will be our normal net. That's a week from tonight. In addition to the normal VHF, UHF net, John will be our net control, and he'll be running the band exploration net. For a change, he's going to be using 160 meters, which not everybody may have. It's going to take a big piece of wire. He'll also be running it on AM, 1887 kilohertz. So it's a good opportunity to try that antique modulation, as some people call it. You will need a fairly formidable antenna and maybe a good tuner to get it done, but I'm going to give it a try and look forward to everybody in there. So by all means, good chance to stretch your radio capability. Coming along in 2026, as I mentioned earlier, we've got a general class starting on January 11th. That's a Sunday event from 1:30 to about 4:30, a series of 6 Zoom classes. And shortly after that, we'll start an extra class, probably starting in early March. On the 14th, that's the Wednesday of that same week, we'll do a meeting and Board of Governance planning meeting. We'll do all sorts of club planning things, including budgeting the club, budgeting the clubhouse, looking for plans for the clubhouse. We want to talk about plans for field day, plans for winter field day, and other activities and events our club members would like to work on and what they'd like to see. So looking forward to that. And on 1/28, that's the 4th Wednesday, we'll do something at the clubhouse. Don't know what it's going to be yet. Maybe winter field day. I think that's coming up. Let's see, when is that? That is the 23rd, 24th. We'll probably be doing winter field day up at the clubhouse. So we'll see if we can't get a lot of people lined up for that. Okay, those are the announcements. Do we have any last check-ins? All right. In preparing to close this net, I just want to thank each and every one of you who took the time to join us and check in tonight. Without your participation, there would be no net. This, of course, is the last club net before Christmas, and I want to wish each and everybody out there a very Merry Christmas, or Happy Hanukkah, or Happy Festival of Lights, or whatever event you celebrate at this time of year. May it be enjoyable, merry, and start the new year off on a good foot. This has been Frank, W8EZT, and it's been my pleasure to host this evening's net, and we're always looking for other net control operators. It's a great way to associate names and call signs and get over that mic fear real quick. So if you're interested in being one of our net operators next year, by all means get in touch with one of the club members or officers. We'll be glad to get you set up there. We'll now close this net with 24 check-ins, myself included, and return these repeaters to normal and customary amateur radio use. We do run a band expiration net tonight. It'll be at 9:30 on 80 meters, approximately 3.827 megahertz. I got to hunt around and find an open spot on the band, and that's sometimes difficult. And of course, as I said, next week we're going to be trying a 160 meter AM net. So by all means, consider checking that out. All right, then, wrapping things up, this is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, closing the net at 8:58 p.m. local time. 73, everyone. Catch you on the band exploration net.
WA8 WFX.
WA8 WFX. Floyd, welcome in there. We'll add you as another list. Any plans for next year?
Not right off. Just hello to everybody tonight.
All right, got you on the list, Floyd. Thanks for checking in, and take care, and we'll catch you next week. Hopefully. This is W8VPV. I'll be clear.